Let the breath just get a little bit slower and deeper. Relax the jaw. Unclench the teeth. Maybe take a little tension out of the neck. Relax the shoulders. And let that breath, feel the breath be a little more nourishing and just come into this body. This year, conversation, we're offered the opportunity to practice releasing, letting go, and practice being present. So welcome and thank you for being here for this practice. We're here in this community for women every single day, and we're in our sixth year of these. To me, they've been amazing and wonderful, and it's because we've done it together and we've healed and learned a lot together. And it's rather nice now seeing it come into this practice. This year, the conversation is the Book of Awakening. The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. You don't have to buy anything. We're here every single day having these conversations. However, I will say that this is really an awesome book to have in your library. The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. This New York Times bestseller is described as having the life you want by being present to the life you have. And I think probably at some point here in a not too distant future, I'll go over the front of the book again just to refresh our memory of what it is that Mark's intention, for the book. And I saw some notes I had at the beginning, right by January 1st, to mention that to us, to ladies and us, that I expect some of these messages to trigger. Let's listen to the message and allow ourselves the opportunity to try and understand the message that the author is sharing with us. So I knew that some of these messages would be triggering for sure, and they have been. And the message we're offered for today, for this day number 1884, 1884 is titled The Ear as Petal. The Ear as Petal. See, Bubba. Well, you're too far down there, Bubba. There's Bubba. The ear as petal. That's cool. Hey. The ear is only a petal that grows from the heart. The ear is only a petal that grows from the heart. When we hear each other, it all becomes a garden. Just what does it mean to listen? We have all exhibited the remarkable mental dividedness whereby we choose not to pay attention. And yet, when asked, we can recite word for word what has been said. Listening arises from a deeper place. And it seems we can only hear the living to the extent that we have truly lived. Only understand pain and joy to the extent that we have allowed ourselves to be touched by life. If the ear grows from the heart like a petal, then as roots absorb rain and sun until a simple flower opens, the heart must absorb both tears and joy in order to sprout an ear that can truly hear. Was a good thing. Because there's definitely both, right? I remember years before cutting my feet in search of a path, sitting on my immigrant grandmother's hospital bed, watching her wince as they put gauze on her bedsore heels. I remember years before I saved my golden retriever from drowning, watching a coworker cry for his dead dog, trying to understand how he could love an animal more than a person. And I remember years before having to start my life over, racing down a farmhouse road in the middle of the night to see my father-in-law's proud eyes jut as the barn he built 30 years before was burning to the ground. It was only later that I felt their pain, and even more, their true joy in caring for things. To be sure, we do not have to experience the same things to receive each other, but we do have to experience what is ours to live through before life will show you its roots. What does it take to truly listen? The breakdown of everything that parades between our hearts. If I dare to hear you, I will feel you like the sun and grow in your direction, and you in mine. For when we hear each other, it all becomes a garden. It all becomes edible. This part, he remembers. You know, this is so true, and one of the more beautiful parts about aging in my mind, or evolving. He remembers watching a coworker cry over his dog, trying to understand how he could love an animal more than a person. But that was before he saved his golden retriever from drowning and knew. We don't learn these things. We don't know them to start out. And these are such precious gifts. And these simple things, holding and the joy of holding a baby and just watching your dog eat, and just these simple, beautiful, most precious gifts that I'm gonna tell you, sometimes we're a little too irritated and upset and anxiety ridden to even notice that they're happening. That's the beauty of this message this year, to quit missing the stuff that is life's gold. What does it take to truly listen? The ears of the heart, what is he trying to have us hear? If the ear grows from the heart like a petal, then as roots absorb rain and sun until a simple flower opens, the heart must absorb both tears and joy in order to sprout an ear that can truly hear. Take a breath. And think about that, what it means to you as it comes in and you take that breath. What does it take to truly listen? I love this. If I dare to hear you, I will feel you like the sun and grow in your direction. And you in mine, because it's the sun, we grow in that direction. For when we hear each other, it all becomes a garden. How beautiful. The meditation were offered. Well, this says to sit with a trusted loved one. So we could do it by ourselves, perhaps. Let's see how it goes from there. Or visualize. I like to visualize sitting with someone sometimes too. That works for me. Sit with a trusted loved one. Just close your eyes and be with this message, with this meditation. Sit with a trusted loved one and meditate on a story of joy or pain, that you have heard more fully over time. Share with each other why this story has stayed with you. And how has your understanding of this story deepened over time? Take a breath. Breathe slowly and open your heart more fully to one human moment you chose not to pay attention to during the last week. So breathe slowly and open your heart more fully to a moment that you chose not to pay attention during the last week. Opening our heart to that. Take a deep breath in and gently open your eyes if they're closed. The ear as petal. Just what does it mean to listen? Listening to emotions is what I feel here in this message today. And feeling it on that deeper level only comes from the softening that we get as we go through life, right? Thank you, Mark Nepo. Thank you, Mark Nepo. Please visit zenfulconversations.com. Thank you so much for coming by for this practice, and we'll see you ladies tomorrow in deep and honest gratitude. Namaste, Baba. Namaste.